Hello, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me properly. Thank you, Victoria. It looks like an introduction of my talk today, so good. I'm Eloy Crespo. I'm head of something in Collabora, something like business development, whatever. I really hate job roles in general. And yeah, I'm here today to give you an overview of what we have in Collabora, what we are, what we have, and what we are going to do. Also, we introduce our latest 25.04 version recently, and well, it contains a lot of functionality, a lot of features, and I want to talk about these things with you. First of all, a short introduction of ourselves. We are a UK and German company working with many different people all across the world. We are a fully remote company, 62 people right now, and working in many different countries. And also, we are a subsidiary company from a bigger company called Collabora. It's a consultancy Linux shop doing many different things for many different clients in many different sectors. So we are a huge company, and let's talk about the big elephant in the room right now, which is the digital sovereignty and all these topics around data protection. In Collabora, we share this mission and vision with Open Social. I think it's really important to start thinking, maybe not start, but continue thinking about what's happening as soon as you open a Google Docs or a Microsoft Office 365 document, and especially in sensitive with sensitive data, enterprises, different targets, but also when you are using public money in the public sector. So when you know that when you open a Google Docs, where your data is, probably not on your hands, probably not under your control. And we all have this spreadsheet or something like that that we share with our husband, wife, whatever. And that's not very important, but when we are talking about specific information that is from your citizens, or it's from your employees, from your customers, we really need to start thinking about this. And what we do in Collabora is trying to bring all the functionality that you expect on an online office suite on the most secure way, controlled by you, by always on premise, on your own location, on your own servers, and also trying to make sure that nothing escapes from your servers as soon as you are collaborating with someone on a document. It doesn't mind if it's a spreadsheet, presentation, or a text document. And of course, how we do that? First of all, because the design is made to be on-premise, as I said before, and we have a unique security model that only send pixels to the user. So as soon as you are editing a document in Collabora, you are not getting the document from the server. You only see pixels. It's like a pixel jail. We only send this document from the server to the user as soon as they need to download it. So this is unique. There is no other online office suite doing that. Of course, we are sending this from the server to the user, but from your server or from a trusted hosted provider. So this is a very unique business proposition, also a very unique security model. And I think it's great because it makes sure that it's completely secure and controlled by you. And of course, this is the digital sovereignty. We really trust in open source. We are not here to buy Lamborghinis to our employees or anything like that. We are growing, but we are here to make open source rock and make the best online office suite outside the Microsoft environment. This is the main mission and vision of us and our stakeholders. And apart from all this digital sovereignty and things like that, I'm going to go through the exciting things that we have in Collabora, because we are not just a replacement. We are not a secondary office suite. We are the office suite. We are the online office suite. And because of these reasons, because we have many different things, this is not a plain text. This is how Collabora looks like. Probably most of you are already using Collabora, or I think are using other online office suite, and it's very similar, right? What we're trying to do, as Victoria said before, we are trying to make the adoption of this tool easy, because it has what you need, or it has what you expect to have, no? So a text document looks like this, presentations looks like this. Yes, it's green, the spreadsheet, and also red, the Impress. Let's call this Impress. And also we have draw. If your marketing team has beautiful ideas on making a beautiful draw or something like that, you can do that with Collabora too. So let's go for the next things that we have to present to you. This is the latest version, in the very latest version of Collabora, and we made a lot of improvements for you, for the users, in order to work more and love to work in Collabora and not need any other thing. Our main challenge is always trying to migrate users from the desktop to the cloud. So you don't need to go to a desktop solution to work on your documents. You want track changes, you want bibliography, you want formulas. You don't need to go to a desktop solution. That's our main mission, no? And we are trying to do that very quickly. So right now in selections, when you select, I'm going through many different functionality very quickly, but if you have any questions, do shout. When you select text or something like that, then a pop-up appears in front of you, and you can do the most common things that you normally do. Insert a comment, highlight, or put bold, italic, whatever you want. Also, we have a new on-click context menu, context tabs, that when you click, these features were there, but hiding in some sub-menus. So right now what we have is when you click on a specific image, then the context tab appears on the notebook bar, on the toolbar, and you have a specific functionality for that specific part of the document inside there. So it's more visible, it's more enjoyable because you have all the icons, and it's much easier to find what you want to do with a specific parts of the document. Also in PowerPoint, for example, we have also the same thing for the pictures, and also these drop-down menus that allows you to do whatever you want with a slide or the template that you have on your slide. Also, all these new tabs goes across all the functionality that we have in Collabora, spreadsheets, presentations, text documents, etc. So we have many different things, including formulas, new formula context menu inside the spreadsheets that allows you to add formulas, create formulas, whatever you want. And more intuitive options inside Impress. We are making a lot of effort on Impress because educational institutions are one of our main targets, and a lot of customers are from that specific sector. And yeah, what we do is trying to bring more functionality to Impress. And one of these functionalities is trying to make things more visible, easy to find, and more you enjoy. What we're trying to do is always trying to make sure that what you are enjoying using Collabora, because you have what you need, and because everything is there on a beautiful icon and it's easy to find, right? So the same for grouping. Right now, instead of having all the things in the notebook bar or things like that, we are trying to group things on different ways, and then with a click, you can find everything that you want. And it's much easier to find all the functionality that in the past was hidden. The same with icons. This is very basic, but in the past we didn't have icons when you do that click on the mouse, right? So yes, it's something simple, but it's something that the community and the customers are looking for a long time. The same for the search and navigation bar. Right now we have in the left side like a button that you can click. You see the navigation bar. So it's really great if you have a big text document or something like that with different headings. So it's easy to go through one specific part of the document to another one. So that's great. And also we insert something new, is that we insert the search menu inside the navigation bar. As you can see, makes easier to go through the search option in order to search what you want to search. And if you are searching for a specific word or a specific text or something like that, you can go quickly through all these searches. And of course, trying to make the editing more smooth, let's say. Let me change. In the past, we were focused because probably the main use case of Collabora is have multiple people collaborating at the same time in the same document, right? The same experience that you have someone is typing and you are on a meeting and you are taking minutes or something like that, right? So in the past, we were very focused on trying to reduce or improve the performance, but reduce latency on the server side. This is a little bit of a technical thing. So we were on trying to optimize the resources that we have from the server side. And at some point, we decided to think outside the box and said, well, we are getting some results, but not the results that we want. We want a smooth editing session, right? When you have multiple people at the same time. So we started to think on the client side, on the browser side. We hired a great group of people that is focused only on browsers, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, etc. And they are only working on how we render things on a document. So right now, instead of rendering, for example, the full document with 300 pages, we only render the part that you see. And we understand the user, how they are scrolling, and we preload just few specific pages that are next to the page that you see. This gives us a huge amount of improvement and performance. And this means that, for example, when Collabora, you are working, this is how much time or the percentage of the system resting meaning not doing anything, right? So in the past, in the previous version, we were resting, or the system were resting 20%. So when you are doing multiple things, complex things left and right, it was a little bit tricky. You have this lagging experience, right? And when you are typing on a document, this lagging experience causes a lot of issues, right? You want to have everything now. And right now, with the new version, the system is resting almost 40% of the time, allowing you to have the full capability to do whatever you want on the document without having these lagging things inside this document, no? So this is huge. I know it's a little bit technical, but obviously I'm not a technical guy, so I cannot go further into this. But yes, we are now focused on providing a best performance inside the client side when you are working on the browser. And of course, smart document editing, auto text. For example, we have a lot of healthcare institutions that they have things that wants to complete one specific part of the document. So for example, in this document, when you put flu on the treatment and you press F3, you have all the text. So it saves a lot of time. It's something that we didn't have and something that a lot of people were asking for. The same with dictionaries. Now we have dictionaries. You know that you click and you want to add a specific word into a dictionary because you are using that word that much and it's always underlined in red and it's annoying, right? So right now you can create your own dictionaries. You can add to dictionaries. You can create their own. You can export them. You can do whatever you want with it. So that's great. Also, something that I love comments. I know that some of my colleagues hate me because I love to have a lot of text on a comment. And yeah, they hate me. But what we are doing right now is trying to have a much better parent-child relationship. So you see when someone has the first comment, the second comment, and then something for my colleagues. You have a full view. So if you write full paragraphs of things with a lot of things, now you can have a full view window, right? We all have this colleague. Yes, I know. Exactly. It's always there. And in this case, it's me. And so, yes. And it's great because you have in the full view all the comments. I think comments are very powerful in general. I love it. The same for example, the style sidebars. If you want to create beautiful documents, it's good to see which kind of styles you have on that document so you can replace or copy those styles. It's very useful when you are creating forms, for example, or if you are creating specific documents that are going to be used by multiple people, right? So we have these kind of things. You can highlight the styles, you can copy the styles, you can share these styles with others. So it's very powerful. The navigation bar, I was saying that. Now you have all this navigation bar here. You see the icon. You can hide the icon. You can expose the icon. So it's very, very useful. And then also security and compliance. Why? Because we are bringing more functionality. This is also related to the interoperability with Microsoft file formats. I didn't mention this before, but obviously we offer 99% interoperability with Microsoft file formats. We do not say 100% because you cannot control all the documents worldwide. And I saw very complex documents with 2 pages and very easy documents with 300 pages. So you cannot control that. But you can work with PDFs. Now you can sign PDFs with this integration with EasyID inside Collabora without the need of a third-party integration. So that's really great. We also export to PDF 2.0 and support PDF 2.0 with all the benefits that PDF 2.0 brings to the table, obviously. something that I also love. Yes, I love comments and track changes. This is my world. Right now we have two different things. First of all, you can do track changes for all the users inside the document, but also we introduce for this specific user. So if you are working with a team of people, but you only want to see the track changes from one specific person of this team, you can just select that, and you can only see one this particular track changes from this specific user. And this is great because track changes are not very visual when you have multiple people doing things on a document, right? You see all these colors, this underline, and it's not useful, and especially when you have multiple people. So now it's much easier. Also, in following this path of interoperability with Microsoft file formats, we have focus cells. So if you have a monster spreadsheet that contains a lot of things, you can now focus on specific cells or columns and see highlighted that specific data. So it's very useful. The same for named range. You have a lot of numbers, a lot of things, and now you can give them a name. So when you are creating a formula, you don't need to drag and drop or select that specific part. You can just put that name, and then everything appears, and also it applies for the formulas. The same for duplicate recording, as you said before. You can find duplicates, as simple as that. Is this. You see a joke from my marketing team, a duplicate, but with a 2. Amazing. And summary below that data. This is very focused on interoperability again with a spreadsheet, because this is something that Excel offers, but in the desktop, not in online. So imagine, we are bringing more desktop functionality to the online and trying to be more interoperable with Microsoft file formats, in this case, XLX, XLSX. We have new functions and formulas, and again, everything that you want to do in the spreadsheets, you can do that. And new charts, again, interoperability is something that you need to have in order to have beautiful documents that are written down in XLSX or whatever. And now it's pi to pi and pi to chart, something like that. So new charts that are available in order to not need to modify any charts that you have on your existing document. And of course, presentations, as I said before, we are growing as a company thanks to our customers, our community, but also educational institutions. We have a lot of universities using Collabora Online right now, and Impress presentations are a key part of this target, right? Of course, others are using presentations, but in the past, text documents and spreadsheets were the tip of the spear of Collabora, and right now we need to bring more functionality to Impress because a lot of people are using it. So right now we have the beautiful presenting window and presenter console. The presenting window is very good when you are doing a webinar, because you click on that, another window appears with a full screen of your presentation, so you can continue, you can share that specific window. Meanwhile, you can see all the faces of your people or the people from the webinar on another screen. So that's very powerful and very useful, something that we're requesting a lot. Also, presenter console, this is something very requested. So when you are doing a presentation, you can see your notes or whatever you want to put there. You can see the next slide also, what is coming next, and be prepared for that next slide. And also for the webinars, when you are on a Q&A session, you can put this specific window, and if someone is saying, you said something on slide 3, you can definitely go quickly to that specific slide and see what is the content, share that content, and answer the question. Also the timing, which is great for me because I always do very big presentations with 60 slides or something like that, like here. I do not see the 5 minutes, so I'm okay, perfect. And so yes, you can see the how much time you are investing on the specific presentation. Yes, I'm saying very obvious things, but it is what it is. And then the presenter console is presented like that. And 3D transitions, again, is not because we love transitions or we love features. This is interoperability, and this is what you expect to have. And when you have a PowerPoint, you have all these 3D transitions when you are uploading that specific or opening that specific document with Collabora Online. If you do not have that 3D transition, everything is not working properly, right? So right now we have all the 3D transitions that we expect to have in order to have full interoperability with the PowerPoints that you already have. Copy paste slides, amazing. I was talking with with you there about copy paste. Copy paste is a very basic functionality, right? It's something that we all expect to have, and it's copy paste. It's easy. No, behind the scenes, copy paste is one of the most tricky things to do, especially in online when you are on a browser. Remember that all of these things are in a browser online, so copy pasting is very tricky. Right now, we can copy and paste the slides. Amazing. It's amazing. And interactive elements, again, you can select the specific parts of the presentation, and on those specific parts, imagine an image. You can set up a specific thing to do. Go to the other slide, or open this file, open this window, or whatever you want. This is something that, again, goes inside interoperability. And the ruler, I do not really like the ruler, but the ruler is there, right? You can move, you can put the picture wherever you want, and this ruler appears magically in front of you to say, no, you are not putting this thing on the right position. And you said, no, this is the right position. No, it's not the right position. So then it's helping you to do that. And obviously presentations from the beginning or from the current slide, something that you expect to have, and now you have it. And then multiple other things. You have curves, crop, many different forms to do on Impress that allows you to build beautiful presentations based on PowerPoints that you already have or from scratch using Collabora Online. And so much work left and right. These are only the small things that I want to present to you. My expectation is that you are now full of new features on your head, and what you want to do is to test it. So ask Open Social, use Collabora Online, give us feedback, and free your documents, because it's exactly what we want to do together with Open Social. And last but not least, we also have a beautiful summit, let's say summit, Collabora Online Days, another great thing from our marketing team, cool days. So all of you are invited to come to see the latest things. We will have wonderful things to do, wonderful things to present, how we are doing. We will invite Open Social also, and we will see you there. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We actually still have a lot of time. So 60 slides were less shocking than one thought. But thank you for your energetic presentation. It was really nice seeing all the little features you have on Collabora Online. Thank you so much. But anyone has questions? We definitely have time. Yes.
Thank you. So you mentioned you work with many companies in many parts of the world. How do you manage, if you manage low internet speed access, power, and reliability, and things like that?
Yeah. Yes, basically our main, well, we work with partners normally. Collabora Online is a software component that you need to integrate on top of other solutions. We don't do anything with users control, authentication. We left this for the professionals like Open Social to do that. And so everything that we do is on premise. So we do not control anything with regards to the hosting. What we're trying to do from the Collabora per se, when you have the deployment, is trying to preload things, as I said before, to trying to not get, or to trying to make this smoother. So we have people that have less internet connection, and by preloading at the beginning parts of the document, we can do that, no? But at the end of the day, it's an online office suite, so if you have a very bad connection or something that is not going wrong, not going properly, you are going to have problems. We cannot do that. We cannot avoid that, right? But by preloading parts of the documents, we are trying to get much better performance by avoiding issues with the latency and the internet connection. So it's preloading, basically.
Thank you. Any other questions?
You. I'm afraid it's quite a predictable 2025 question, but I think in Google Drive and Microsoft, you have more and more of this integration of AI assistants, Gemini, etc. Whether we want it there or not. And I wonder, I'm curious, like, partly because it's obviously your world, the Office suite, like how useful your take on these AI assistants in general, but also what Collabora may or may not do to provide similar sort of services, whether it's through AI or not.
Sure. I was expecting this this question, right? Yes, Collabora is a huge piece of software. It's more than 8 million line codes of C++, Java, Python. So it's a huge piece of software. So what we are going to do from our companies, continue focusing on the online office capabilities, features, and how you interact with documents, right? We expect partners that we are collaborating with to add additional AI features to Collabora. Which concerned us is where the data is hosted. So we don't want to compromise the data security by adding any AI that is hosted by a third-party company doing whatever. So that's probably the most important part for us. Bringing all the functionality, but not compromising the security and the on-premise side of Collabora. We do not expect to invest on AI. We are not expecting to do that. We have like third-party integrations right now that are very secure, like language tool that allows you to do the language tooling, grammar checking, and all these kind of things. DeepL integration for Germany that you can translate directly. So these pieces are already there via an integration. They are very fair, open source, and you can host this on-premise also. So it's aligned to us. But in terms of AI, we have partners that are developing things, but we are not focusing on doing that in-house right now.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah.
Thank you. So there's so many things that came out in this release, and you can really see that you are now maturing, right, as a product. And for a long time, we were just aware of Microsoft and Google, and there's, because it's so complicated, not a lot of choice here. But of course, Microsoft and Google, they're investing a lot. They have billions of dollars and huge teams. How do you keep up with this level of innovation? Like, how do you do it?
I think the first answer is thanks to you, thanks to partners, thanks to customers who are reinvesting in the fund, making this product, right? Second, open source. This is a different conversation. When you work on open source, we have a huge community behind us. So you are making a better product because you have a lot of engineers working for you. They are testing the product. They are using the product daily. So this is something that a closed software does not have, right? So open source is great in order to develop these kind of things, especially if you can engage community. This is a different topic because how to engage a community is not easy, but
We can help.
yeah, indeed. But yes, and also our core technology is LibreOffice. So we have more than 30 years experience of working on documents. We started in OpenOffice, then LibreOffice, then the Document Foundation, and all these kind of things, right? So we have a lot of experience. Right now, we are growing thanks to partners and customers that are investing. Right now, we are 62, almost 70, and continue growing. But also, it's a little bit easier, and I finish with this, because we are a partner-driven company. We do not have a lot of salespeople or a lot of marketing people. We have a lot of engineers, really good engineers, working on the product. And that's probably one of the keys. And it's not easy to build a sustainable company based on partners, but it's helping us to focus on what we do best.
Yeah, smart. And a question on behalf of Louisa, because she just started, and of course, this is something you get more often. People know what they've been working on since childhood by now nowadays. I'm from the Word Perfect, by the way, era. It's getting old, but it's a shift, right? It's a new tool. and you need to create a new habit. So do you have any suggestions for clients that are introducing a new tool that people need to use and to get this mindset? What is your advice for her and others here?
Yeah. Obviously, there is a learning curve by using another tool, especially when you are talking about tools that you were being using since you were a child, as you said before, right? They injected the toolbar inside our minds, right? It is something like that. It's not a new productivity tool. It's an office suite. So yes, definitely yes. My recommendation is first, if there is a migration, you don't need to migrate also your desktop documents. You can continue working with docx or XLXX or PPTX, because the first thing is reduce risk by not saying, oh, now I need to use open document formats in every single document. No, let's continue working with your documents, the documents that you have right now, and bringing them online to Collabora. If something goes wrong, you have support, etc., etc. But normally it's going to work properly. So reduce risk, the first thing. Second, just experiment with the tool. We are always, as you saw here, apart from functionality, we are trying to always bring or do a very easy to use toolbar that is everything that you expect to have there. So start using it, start testing it, and see all the different things that you have. And that's the only thing that you can do in order to reduce that learning curve in terms of timing. So yes, we can only bring more functionality on a better way, and the users, they need to change the mindset and start using it. And of course, give us feedback. We are not other companies. If you don't like where the icon is positioned, your word will be listened. So that's the main important thing.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for the presentation. I think this follows on reasonably well. I'm new to this idea of interoperability.
Okay.
And I can see that if, say, Microsoft put a new feature in PowerPoint, then you need to follow so that you create the equivalent. But I wondered how it worked the other way around. So when you create something that's an innovation, does that then get copied in their systems? Or is it possible to have things in your system that just don't work then back into Microsoft or Google?
Well, perfect. Thanks for the question. First of all, Microsoft is not even interoperable from desktop to online. That's the first thing. You have desktop solutions that are not in your Microsoft that are not working in online. So this is not only us because we are open source or something like that. So interoperability is huge. It's like a huge thing, right? It really starts with typography and because they implement things that are different measure or different things, etc. So normally we are now on a situation that we are not copy anymore, let's say, functionality, and we can create new. What they are going to do, I don't know. I cannot answer that question. Probably they are more concerned in general about this kind of online office suites being full of features and being productive and being capable of doing the work that you previously did on other solutions. But what they are going to do is probably go through other things that are not pure functionality. That's my guess. So yeah, and interoperability in general is huge. I mean, it's not only a specific thing. It's typography. It's any other things, right? So.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big cheerleader of Collabora.
Thank you.
You're helping us a lot. Having integration in open social really works for our purposes. You were saying like, hey, give us feedback, but where can I give you feedback if I have specific?
Sure. Thanks to my beautiful marketing team, you have the direct contact, which is hello@collaboraoffice.com. You can always drop us a line there, give us feedback, and we have a forum. We have an official forum. We would love to interact with you. We have technicians working on that forum, engineers. So the forum probably is the most interactive way to contribute with us. So it's collaboraonlineforum.com, if I'm not mistaken. If not, collaboraonline.com forum. and yeah, interact there with us. And if not, you have my contact. I guess you have my contact
Not
details.
yet, but I will retrieve them. Thank
Approach
you.
me. You have my contact details. Let's keep in touch
Yes.
and give us feedback. I love when people love Collabora. Obviously, we want to hear that feedback, but I want to see what is happening when something goes wrong.
Yeah, there's
because-
more potential in your tool, and therefore the feedback is needed. So I'm really
Awesome.
looking
That's
forward
the-
to connect with you.
the best way of framing that something is going wrong, right?
No, no, no.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Yes. Approach me, contact details, and let's keep in touch.
Also remember the tool when you're in it is Collabora. Everything outside is still an open social. It's that FIFA. But Frederick.
Yeah, I want just to come back on the question of Jake, but to go a bit deeper in it. So there is a slow adoption in small language models. So language open source models that you can install in your computer, which is very good for privacy, I guess, and also for sustainability. It exists. Do you plan to play a role in this, like to integrate or to, in a way, to promote it to your customer and users?
We have partners that are doing that. Us, no. We do not see this in our roadmap or in our next steps in the short, medium term, let's say. No, I'm being fully transparent. And no, I don't think so. It is true that there are very good Mistral, for example, very good
Yeah, exactly.
open source AI that you can use. We are in contact with them. We are working with them. And as soon as we have a relationship, we want them to integrate Collabora and do whatever they want with it. But from the development of Collabora per se, in a medium short term, I don't think so.
And just, sorry, just to understand. So, for example, I mean, installing Whisper on your computer is not really a risk. It's not from you, but promoting it in like that open source world. What blocks you doing this, basically? Because no one is doing it, and Microsoft won't ever doing it. So someone needs to, I would say.
What is blocking us is manpower and people and time and yeah. So the amount of we are growing, the amount of things that we have in our support and development just for the pure functionality of the Office suite per se, we have worked for ages. So we are focused on making this experience good instead of thinking about other things, and really focus on what we know on how to do these things right properly. So we are focused on that. So probably that's the main point: resources, focus, and what we have to do.
Thank you. Can I have a second question?
Sure.
I see also young people, the way they in the university, the way they use notes, right? The way they write documents and the like. They don't use Microsoft Office. They don't use Collabora. They use like GoodNotes and very simple tools, right? No, not yeah, indeed. But yeah, but that's a good example indeed. On GoodNotes, you can download the transcription of what you say, and it's on local. But what I mean more with this is that they use very simple tool. You can just write down and put in bold and kind of stuff, right? Is it something on the roadmap that you could imagine not to have something like so complex, but to have a simple approach of it for the new generation that are not using Microsoft Word anymore?
Not really. And there is a reason for that, is because even if there are a big use case of people that is using plain text, let's say, in order to take notes or do small work on specific areas, we see that. We think that the complex online Office suites are still here for a long time. And there is still need, especially in specific sectors like enterprises, public administrations, big ministries and things like that, which are our customers right now, that needs this interoperability because they are tied to a E3 license from Microsoft, or E4 license from, So that's our main focus. And we spend millions of euros and a lot of time on building this. So what we try to do is to focus on that specific use case. Of course, you have users, etc. But this massive market is not for us. And in addition, Collabora is not a standalone solution. As I said before, you cannot purchase Collabora for one user. Yes, the desktop solution, yes, you can go to your mobile devices right now, iPhone or Android, and download Collabora Office for free. It's an action item for all of you. You can do that right now. It's free and no ads or anything like that. That's for the user, and that's great. But we are for big deployments where you really need templates and accessibility. We were talking about accessibility. We are accessible, and you can check on a tender that we are fully accessible. So we are there on this big picture of the documents. I don't know when we are going to finish or when we are going to end, but we are focused on that specific area and not in the user on a plain text, etc.
Thank you. Any more questions? Amazing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Eloy.